Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a quick update on the Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow case. A lot of this came out recently. A lot of it's a little bit hard to understand, so I'm going to break it down for you. So first off, tracking Alex's phone pings is what led to the kids' bodies ultimately. He was found to be at Lori's apartment 3 times right after the trip to Yellowstone Park, where Tylee was last seen, which was September 8th. The last time that he was at Lori's that night was at 2:42 of September 9th, the next day, and then it pinged again to be at Chad Daybell's house the next day at 9:21. So he had taken 3 trips to Lori's house, and then he had taken a trip to Chad's house. It just, why? Obviously, we know why. Then 14 minutes after Alex's phone pings at Chad Daybell's house the 9th of September, Chad sends Tammy, his late wife, a text message saying, "I had a crazy morning, I shot a raccoon, and he buried it in the pet cemetery." And what made police kind of go ding, ding, ding was, wait a second, raccoons are nocturnal, why would they be out? And they also realized that's where Alex's phone had pinged previously. Then JJ was last seen September 22nd, and the September 23rd is when Alex's phone pinged again at the pet cemetery in Chad Daybell's backyard. Now, what's good to know is that on September 22nd, Warwick, which is somebody they did podcasts with, and Melanie Gibb, that is the last time they saw JJ. And apparently they were getting ready to do a podcast, and JJ was acting up. He was like climbing on countertops and things like that. So Alex apparently took JJ back to Alex's apartment, and then later that night came back with JJ, but he was asleep on Alex's shoulder. Warwick says he remembers that because he said it was a tender moment. Then that next day between 8 and 9, Warwick apparently contacted Lori asking where JJ was, and then Lori went into her saying about how JJ has turned into a zombie, and that he was crawling up and down on the cabinets, and that he knocked off a picture of Jesus on the refrigerator, and that Alex had come to take JJ. Then the FBI analyzed Alex's phone pings and movement again, and from 9:55 until 10:12 a.m., which was a total of 17 minutes, he was near the pond. Then that basically led the FBI to go there and do their investigation, start digging. They removed the sod, and then they found paneling, and they discovered a round object in a big plastic bag. FBI used, I guess, like a knife. It says a sharp instrument. They cut it open. There was a white layer of plastic, and then that's where they found human remains. The affidavit says that it was JJ's body found wrapped in tight black plastic, had gray duct tape around him. It reminds me of the way Kaylee Anthony was found. Unclear how JJ and Tylee actually died. From what I'm seeing is that it's going to take a long time to be able to figure that out and put the pieces together, and that they're not even sure if they're going to 100% be able to find out how it was done. Now, as for Tylee, the neighbors had said that they were talking to Garth, Chad's son, and were asking him about how he had heard a gunshot, and Garth said, "Yeah, the other morning my dad shot a raccoon coming out of the tree and buried it in the pet cemetery." And so the police called on, and they actually got a hold of Tammy's sister and asked her if she knew anything about a pet cemetery. And Tammy's sister said, "Yep, I actually have one too. We were big pet and animal lovers." And she told the police exactly where the pet cemetery was, and that's where they started digging. And as they were digging, they found cat and dog remains, and then they actually found burned tissue and unburned tissue, and then they found unburned, I don't even like saying this, they found burned bones and unburned bones too, which ultimately came to be Tylee's. So what just came out in the Boudreaux case against Melanie is the whole evidence list and the witness list. It shows that Melanie Gibb will have to testify. She's going to have to answer questions about Melanie Boudreaux. I'm just going to say Boudreaux because it's easier to even though that's her ex last name, whatever, it just makes it easier because there's the two Melanies. But she's gonna have to answer questions about Melanie Boudreau's involvement with preparing a people, her beliefs, and to have to answer questions about what she knows and if she had talks with Melanie Boudreau about the attempt on Brandon's life. Also, if you look down at number 48 in the filing of the list, it says responses from Daybell's children. So I'm not sure if they are going to be witnesses, if they're going to have to answer questions, or what that even means, but that's extremely interesting to me. Also, evidence from text between Melanie Boudreau, her family members, her life insurance agent, Facebook post, and Ian's documents, which I'm not sure exactly what that is, but I know he did wear a wire and all this different stuff. So a lot of evidence will be coming out, and I'm really interested to see the full story. I feel like it's really going to put all the missing puzzle pieces together. That next hearing will be set for July 1st. So I want to hear what you guys think. Do you guys think Tammy knew about what was going on with the kids because of the text message between her and Chad? What do you guys think about Chad's kids, being that some of them lived right across the street? Do you think they had any ideas or notions about what was going on? I love hearing your opinions. I thought it was so weird when Emma moved in and a bunch of you said probably so that the house doesn't get burglarized and vandalized and all that stuff, and that totally made sense to me. So I love hearing your guys' thoughts. You guys always give such good input. Again, a lot of you had said to look into the malachite poisoning, which is the ring that Lori bought right after Tammy died 2 weeks later and got married. I'm going to start looking into that soon. I just haven't had a chance. Also, Tylee's aunt made a letter back to Melanie Gibb, and people had asked me to read the letter. She did say that when she made that letter that she wanted it to be private, but she posted it to two groups who have like thousands of members in it, so I'm not sure if I should read it on here. I don't know how I morally feel about that, being that she did want to just leave it for the people in the group, even though there's thousands of people in there. I'm still kind of up in the air with that. She does make tons of very great points, and I know in those groups too, she gets like very hated on because her and Tylee weren't very close growing up. I believe that's because of Lori's doing. But that doesn't mean she can't be an advocate for Tylee, you know what I mean? So part of me wants to tell you guys like her letter responding back to Melanie Gibb, but part of me wants to give her privacy as well, especially because she's already gotten enough hate to begin with when she's just trying to be Tylee's voice, because I feel like, you know, Tylee's dad's dead. It's just like a really tough situation. So let me know what you guys think. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon.